鹿児島県出身コニーこと諏訪好美さんによりますジャパンです。諏訪さん、よろしくお願いいたします。
皆さん、ジャパンの意味を知っていますか？そう、日本です。では、この小文字で書かれたジャパンの意味は？ It means lacquer. So, it's 漆 ware. Then, why did Japan become the name of lacquer? Lacquer has been present in Japan since ancient times.How long ago? Since the early Roman period. Lacquer products dating back about 9,000 years were discovered at the Kakinoshima B-site in Hokkaido. This is the oldest lacquer product in Japan. Moreover, an old fragment of lacquer tree was discovered at the Torihama Shell Maiden in Fukui.This dates back about 12,600 years and can be considered the world's oldest fragment of lacquer tree. Well, is lacquer an original Japanese culture? No. Now it's believed lacquer tree is native to mainland China. If so, it was brought to Japan from mainland China at least as early as the Roman period.Lacquer reached a major turning point during the Azuchi Momoyama period, late 16th century, when Christian missionaries visited Japan, leading to the start of Nanban trade. The missionaries brought back with them craft using lacquer. Black paint was rare in Europe, and these pitch black crafts became popular among the nobility.Gradually came to be known as Japan. This is truly exotic Japan. Magic, come on!The uniqueness of lacquer lies in its substance. Lacquer is a sap from the lacquer tree. Furthermore, lacquer cloths are made by coating wood or hemp cloth with lacquer. The material underneath can be anything if you coat it with lacquer. In contrast, China, a craft also named after a country, represents ceramics. Ceramic is made of clay or porcelain. It's the name of the material that forms itself. People often say the true essence of something is found inside, but in this case, it's the opposite. Lacquer is a surface layer. Also, lacquer is just a coating on surface. It enables unique experiences. It increases durability and softens mouthfeel. it has an absorbent texture. And if you put your mouth on lacquer beer to drink soup, you feel it as gentle as a kiss. Lacquer facilitates communication between object and human body. Another peculiarity of lacquer can be used as adhesive. What would you do if your favorite tableware is broken? Long, long ago, my partner broke his favorite bread. He loved it so much that he was depressed. At that time, I remembered Kintsugi. In Japan, there is a technique called Kintsugi. This is a repair method in which broken dishes and fragments are glued together with lacquer and decorated with gold or silver. With Kintsugi, the repaired item can get another value. This repair method, said to have originated in tea ceremony culture, symbolizes finding beauty in perfection, reflecting the essence of Japan. My partner was moved, and when he saw the beautifully repaired item, and said it enriched his life. めでたしめでたし。So it's Yanagi, an advocate of folk craft, said, Yonobi, the beauty of everyday things. That means the beauty of traditional craft is the beauty that remains only in the use. It's beauty in everyday use. Japanese arts and crafts, such as folding screens, hanging scrolls, vessels, and katana, were created on the premise of use. We interact with objects as we care for and repair them. Great tools allow for dialogue between the object and the person who uses it. The process of making lacquer craft requires dozens of steps. Moreover, the lacquer irritates when touched in its sap form. Why did our ancestors repeat this tedious and even dangerous process over and over again to create lacquer craft? I guess it was to preserve products that have been part of people's lives for a long time. While the reason lacquer is called Japan may be a simple metonymy, the uniqueness of lacquer represents relationships between object and people that is deeply rooted in Japan. But we tend to just love them by placing them in framework of traditional crafts and separating them from our daily lives. I hope many people experience the joy of interacting with objects by actually using them. Thank you for listening.
Thank you, Connie. That's a really fascinating speech. I had no idea about the history of lacquer or that it was even called Japan. I also didn't know that's why China was called China. So there was also a little fascinating historical tidbit there. But the idea of how, you know, like what your partner experienced when he broke his favorite glass and you fixed it with lacquer and with gold paint. It's been a meme online that people talk about, like, oh, they always do this in Japan. Like, they don't always do that. It's only for like special things like that. But I think it highlights something in modern society. When we break something, we just throw it away and we just buy a new one. Whereas, we've kind of lost that connection to things as important to us, and we just think of them all as disposable. And I think that, repairing stuff like this, you're right, it shows the history of the item, and it's a lot it's a lot more work and it's a lot more rewarding to try and repair something as opposed to just throwing it away and buying a new one. So, very fascinating speech. Thank you.
Thank you.
続いて学院長、コメントお願いいたします。
いや、素晴らしいスピーチだったと思います。これね、やっぱりね、本当にやっぱり日本人がこういう発信をすると世界が納得するんですね。例えば今ペリー先生がですね、初めてジャパンのね、小文字のジャパンが漆だって知ったって言ってましたけど、ラテン文化ではみんなラテン語で、スペイン語とかポルトガル語とか知ってるんですよね。ところが英語でなんで知らないんだろうっていうのが、彼らがやっぱり発信しなくても植民地時代が彼らの時代終わったからかなと思ったんですけど、僕メキシコに行った時に初めて漆っていうのはこれは英語でジャパンって言うんだよっていうのを学んだんですね。そしてそこのジャパンっていう漆の作品がいっぱい並べられたんで、それで買ってきたんですけど、やっぱり日本の漆からするとちょっと質が落ちるかなと思いながらも、こんな風に漆が広がってるんだっていうのを初めて知ったんですね。だから君のメッセージはひょっとしたら英語文化ではまだ知られてないかもしれないですよね。だからこれからどんどんやっていくともっともっとすごい発信になるかもしれないです。ありがとうございます。もう踊りも最高でした。もう
漆ダンサーズの皆さんが
もっともっと踊ってください。ありがとうございます。